Hey, hello investors and future investors. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will show you how I'm generating revenue even in this bear market and give you an update of my portfolio and new strategy. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. On this channel, we help you with option strategies and other investments that can give you consistent revenue. We can all make weekly revenue if we want to. So I'll definitely show you what I'm doing on my end in order to generate revenue. Now, all I ask in return for this free content is an early thumbs up by you hitting the like button and consider subscribing for more ways to increase your investments. Welcome to Investment Gains. Let's jump right into it. Now, as we can all see, we are in a bear market and stocks are at discount prices. So there's no better time to buy. There are blue chip companies at super bargain prices, and although I can't afford 100 shares of those companies, I am buying shares of smaller companies in order to generate weekly income. So the first part of this video, we will sell options together to generate income. And the second part of this video, we will get into the new strategies I'm using in order to get a better, well-rounded portfolio. Now, as you can see, these are the current stocks in my portfolio. Now, the one commonality is that most of them are in increments of 100 shares. As you can see here, 100, 100, 100. The reason for this is I try to afford to buy companies in which I can afford 100 shares or more. The reason you need 100 shares is that you cannot trade options with anything less than 100 shares. So we're going to start selling options right now so you can see how I'm generating revenue. Now, before we do that, please remember the number one rule to trading options. The number one rule is that you never enter into an options trade if you do not know how to exit. My goal is to sell options at 80% chance or higher of profitability while still trying to maintain a minimum of 3% gain with the premium per trade. Now, as you can imagine, this is extremely hard to do in this bear market because the risks are so much higher. But let's get started by generating revenue. Let's try to make a minimum of $100 for today. Now, I will walk and talk you through these trades, but if you need a simpler comprehension of what I'm doing, then I suggest you review my previous videos that I go into more details. I'll link the playlist to the top. So let's start with NEO. We're gonna go into NEO, and then we're gonna go into trade NEO options. Now, before I go into trade NEO options, let's pay particular attention to my average cost. My average cost is $9.44. So what I want to do when selling my options is to make sure I sell it for more than $9.44. You're going to catch on as the video goes on. So let's go into trade NEO options. We're going to go to sell and call because we're selling calls. And now we're going to choose our expiration date, which is November 18th. Now, the reason for choosing an expiration date of November 18th as opposed to another expiration date is that it benefits the seller of the option the closer in the expiration date is. Now, let's try to sell an option, like I said, with an 80% chance of profitability or higher. So that gives us the $12.50 strike price. Now, with the $12.50 strike price, you can see strike price up here. That's going to give me a chance of profitability of 84%. Now, like I said earlier, I am looking for 80% or higher, so this fits up very nicely. Now, with the chance of profitability being 84%, my payout is going to be 16 cents or $16. As the way option works, each option contract is multiplied by 100. So 16 cents multiplied by 100, you should get $16. So let's go ahead. We're going to click into it. We're going to hit continue. And now we're going to choose the contract. I'm going to choose one. The reason I choose one is because I only have 100 shares. I'm going to leave Robinhood suggested price, which is 0.16. We're going to hit review order and then submit. Now guys, this video is live, so I cannot go back and do anything. So let's go ahead. We're going to hit submit. And as you can see, I already got it filled. It says NEO short call filled. So that means I just received $16. Now, as you guys saw, that took me less than 2 minutes. So let's go to done. And now we're going to choose our second one, which is going to be Mara. So with Mara as well, I do have 100 shares, so I'm allowed to sell options. So now we're going to go to trade Mara options. So once again, we're going to go to sell and call and make sure our expiration date is going to be November 18th. Once again, we're going to be looking for 80% chance of profitability or higher. Now the $11 strike price just jumps out at me because it gives me that perfect 80% chance of profitability. Now with this chance of profitability, this strike price is going to be paying us 39 cents or $39. Once again, we multiply it by 100. So let's go into it. We're going to hit continue. We're going to choose the amount of contract, which is going to be 1. We're going to leave Robinhood's suggested price, which is 0.39. We're going to hit review order. And now we're going to hit submit. So that has been filled once again. And now we're going to add $39 to our already $16. Okay guys, so next up we have Peloton, which is PTON. Here we go, Peloton Interactive. We're going to go ahead, we're going to open it up, and we're going to be selling a call on Peloton as well. So let's go once again to trade Peloton options. Always remember, let's change this to sell and call because we are selling calls. Choose the expiration date closest to you, which is going to be November 18th. As you know, today is already the 11th. I'm going to go into that, and once again I'm going to be looking for my 80% chance or higher profitability. Now right now the $11 strike price jumps out at me. That gives me 81% chance of profitability, and with that I'm going to get 21 cents or $21 gain. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to click this, we're going to hit continue. Let's choose the amount of contract, 1, because I only have 100 shares. We're going to leave Robinhood suggested price, which is 0.21. We're going to go to review order, and once again we're going to submit it. I should get a fill really quickly, and I did. Right here you see Peloton short order filled. So now we're going to add that $21. So in less than 5 minutes we already got $16, $39, and now $21. So now we're going to go to the fourth stock in my portfolio, which I can sell options, and that's going to be XPEV, XPEV. Okay, let's open this up. And once again, guys, all this takes is just repetition. We're just doing the same thing over and over in order to generate revenue. So we're going to go to trade XPEV options. We're going to go to sell and call once again. And we're going to choose our expiration date of November 18th once again. We're going to try to get our 80% chance of profitability. Now with XPEV, this one looks a bit different because there's an 84% chance of profitability, and there's also a 78% chance of profitability. Now I will go with the 78% chance of profitability because that's way closer to 80% than the 84 is. So that strike price is going to give us 8.5, and we're going to receive 0.25 cents or $25 for this trade. So let's go ahead, we're going to click into it, we're going to hit continue, and like I said, this is all repetition. We're going to go to 1, and we're going to use Robinhood suggested price of 0.25. And once again, I should get a really quick fill. Let's go to review order. We're going to hit submit. And voila, pretty quick fill. Okay, I hope you guys were paying attention. Thus far, we have accumulated more than $100, and we still have one more stock to go. So let me run it by you once again. For the Neo call, we received $16. For the Mara call, we received $39. For the Peloton call, we received $21, and for the XPEV call, we received $25, which gives us a total of $101. Now, once again, I'm doing this right in the comfort of my own living room, and as you can see, that took me less than 5 minutes. So let's go back to the portfolio home. Okay, so here we are back on the home screen, and you can see the list of options that I sold and their progress. So there's one that should be here already, which is DraftKings. Now, I did sell a call on DraftKings a bit earlier during this week, and right now DraftKings should be in the money. If you don't know what in the money is, I'm going to show you really quickly. Okay, so here we are on the call I sold on DraftKings earlier this week. Now, as you can see down here, my average credit which I received was 32 cents or $32. If we add that to our already existing $101, that would give us a total of $133 for the week. Now, like I said, that was pretty simple. Now, I want you to pay particular attention to the call price right here. I did sell the call at $13.50, and right now DraftKings is trading at $14.45, which makes this call in the money. Let me give you a visual of what that looks like. Let's go to view all options. We're going to go to sell and call. We're going to choose the expiration date. Once again, same date, November 18th, and we're going to look for my sell call. Now, as you can see, my sell call is right here at 13.5. Now, the 13.5 is below the current share price of 14.43, so this is called being in the money. Now, since my DraftKings is in the money, I won't be closing or rolling any options until next week's video. So join me back here next Friday so I can show you how to close out your options or roll them over. Now, let's get into part 2 of this video. Let's go back to our home screen. Now, with selling options, you still make money as I just showed you, and you're able to manage your risk based on your risk tolerance. So my new strategy is going to be to sell weekly options in order to generate enough income to purchase bigger companies. And one of those companies that I really like right now is going to be AMD, which you see right here. Some of you may remember I did have a long call on AMD a few months ago, but I had to sell it during my PMCC strategy. If you don't know what a PMCC strategy is, I'll also link that video to the top. Okay, so all the investment gains are going to go towards acquiring more stocks for selling weekly calls, and a portion is going to go to acquiring more shares of AMD. The second strategy I'm going to use is actually to try to stabilize my portfolio with an ETF. Now, I know the word stabilize can't be used loosely in a bear market since everything is unstable, but you get my drift. The ETF I will be using will be SPY, ticker SPY, as you can see right here. Now, the reason I choose to add an ETF to my portfolio is because my portfolio consists mainly of 100 shares of stocks to sell weekly calls. And when selling options, your portfolio tends to fluctuate a whole lot. The reason why I like SPY is that SPY should give me a little stability since I want it to be at least 50% of my portfolio. Now, the strategy I will be using to increase my investment on SPY and also AMD will be dollar cost averaging. With dollar cost averaging, you invest a fixed amount on a regular basis regardless of the share price. I highly recommend using this strategy to grow your portfolio because it helps you to develop a disciplined investing habit, and most importantly, it lowers your stress levels. Me, on the other hand, I absolutely love the thrill of option, and that's why it's also part of my overall portfolio strategy. If you have any questions on this or any other option strategy, please send me an email via the link below or leave it in the comment section below. Let's grow our portfolios together. Now, for the next video, I will show you my watch list of the companies I intend to buy shares by the hundreds for my weekly trading options. And maybe you can decide if you would like to also add some of these to your portfolio as well. Now, we have lots of option strategies on this channel. So if you want to join the weekly income team, like and subscribe to the channel right now. Also, hit the notification bell below to get an alert whenever I post a video. But most importantly, share this video with someone you think that can benefit from its content. Let's help as many as we can. Remember, a salary will give you a living, but your investment gains will give you a lifestyle. Thanks for watching, and remember, always keep pushing your investments.